Good morning, first grade. This is our last week learning all about poems and poetry. So we're going to review some of the things that we've learned about poetry. What is poetry? Well, poetry is a piece of writing written by an author called a poet. We've learned that a poem is written using rhythm, rhyme, and other poetic devices or tools to express a feeling or an idea. Let's review. A rhythm is the beat, tempo, or sound pattern in a poem. A rhyme is when two or more words end with the same sound. And poetic devices or tools we used were alliteration, onomatopoeia, and repetition, repeating phrases. Now, let's review these poetic tools or devices a little bit more in detail. Now, rhythm. Rhythm is the beat or the tempo of the sound pattern of a poem. Did you know that most songs are written out as poems first and then they're changed into music? That's because of the rhythm of the writing. So let's take a listen to the word popcorn. Let's take a listen to the poem Popcorn on your screen. Title of the poem is called Popcorn. Listen as I read it for the rhythm. Popcorn, popcorn, sizzling in the pan. Shake it up, bam, bam, bam. Popcorn, popcorn, it's getting really hot. Shake it up, pop, pop, pop. All right, so the poem Popcorn, when you read it, it almost sounds like a song itself. There's no music to the poem, but the way that I read it and the way that it's written, it almost sounds as if it can be a song just by the way that you read it. This poem has rhythm. Remember, rhythm is the beat, the tempo, or the sound pattern of a poem. Did you hear the rhythm as I read the poem? The rhythm is in sizzling in the pan. Bam, bam, bam. Now it's getting hot. Pop, pop, pop. All right. I also like shake it up, shake it up. So this poem, oh my goodness, it used repetition because you saw the word popcorn repeated over and over again. You also saw onomatopoeias, bam, 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 and pop, pop, pop. Onomatopoeias are sound effects. This poem had more than just rhythm, it also had some of the other poetic tools, and we'll talk more about those later. Now, another poetic tool or device that we learned was rhyming words. Rhyme is when two or more words have the same ending sound. Now, listen to the poem Little Seed and see can you hear two words that rhyme. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Little seed. I plant a little seed in the ground. Out comes the sun, big and round. Down come the raindrops, soft and slow. Up comes a flower, grow, grow, grow. Did you find the rhyming words? Remember, rhyme is when two or more words have the same ending sound. In the poem Little Seed, these words rhyme. Ground, round. Slow, grow. They both or they all have the same ending sound. Another poetic device that we've learned during our poetry lesson is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of the first sound or sounds in a group of words. This is also called a tongue twister. Let's take a look. She sells seashells by the seashore. So in this poem, the S sound starts each sentence. So try saying this poem fast. It's a tongue twister. She sells seashells by the seashore. And take a look at all of the words that starts with an S, and most of the words begin with the letter S or SH. Alliteration. And another poetic tool that we've learned during our poetry unit was repetition. Repetition means using the same word, phrase, or sentence multiple times. You repeat the same word, phrase, or sentence over and over again. So listen to the poem called Snowflake, Snowflake, and listen for the repetition. Snowflake, snowflake. Snowflake, snowflake, twirl around. Snowflake, snowflake, touch the ground. Snowflake, snowflake, land on my nose. Snowflake, snowflake, freeze my toes. Snowflake, snowflake, in the air. Snowflake, snowflake, tickle you everywhere. Did you find the repetition? The word snowflake was used over and over again. And another thing that I noticed as I was reading the poem Snowflake, I found that it had rhythm. When you use repetition, it also gives your poem rhythm. So remember that repetition means using the same word, phrase, or sentence multiple times. The phrase snowflake, snowflake keeps repeating in the poem. And so today, first grade, here is your assignment. I want you to choose your favorite animal or favorite cartoon character and write a poem about them. Your poem must have at least 4 lines, and you can use one poetic tool or you can use more than one. You can use alliteration, repetition, you could use rhyme and rhythm. So try writing a poem about your favorite animal or cartoon character and try writing at least 4 lines. All right, well, boys and girls, if you need paper, I will put it in Google Classroom so that you can click on it and get some paper. Or if you just want to write it on regular paper or your notebook at school or at home, you can write your poem there too. All right, well, boys and girls, have fun writing your poem. I can't wait to read it. See you soon.